Howdy, my name is Ray. I'm a college student based in Oklahoma, and I'm gonna do the goth tag today because I am very, very bored, um, and I actually have nothing to do. So here we go. How long have I been goth? Goth. I say that loosely, but I started looking at like goth related content or any alternative subculture related content when I was like 8 years old. I'm not even joking. I think it was like 2011 when I first like got on the internet, and like the first thing I saw was like goth people. There was this documentary that was out called Goths Make Better Lovers, I think. It's one of the very first videos on YouTube I ever saw. And um I just that always stuck with me. If anyone's ever seen that, like let me know. I don't know if that's just like a core memory that I have or if my brain just totally made that up or what. And I remember there was a YouTuber named Melissa Serene, and I would watch her a lot. She made like really cheesy, like tongue-in-cheek satirical goth content. It was funny. Um yeah, I would watch that stuff, and then when I got older, I kind of got more into emo stuff, and I still am. I don't like to just stay in one place. That's boring, but yeah. So, if we're talking about music though, like the foundation of goth, I my parents always listen to like old music. My dad only listens to like old like country and western stuff, maybe like the occasional pop or rock, but for the most part it's country or western stuff, and that's just always what he's listened to. And my mom likes she was a kid during the 80s. She was like more of a teen during the 90s, and that was her formative years. So she likes a lot of like the glam rock, going into like grunge. She mostly listens to modern Christian music now, but yeah, so she's familiar with like The Cure. She really likes The Cure. I think she knows Nine Inch Nails. I know Nine Inch Nails is industrial, not goth, but it's like they're like cousins. But yeah, so I guess since I was like 13 or 14, I think I started listening to like The Cure and Bauhaus, stuff like that. How was I introduced to goth? Same thing. My parents listened to old music. I've always just loved old music. My mom liked 80s stuff, so like I remember hearing, I think, Love Song by The Cure on the radio when I was a kid, and I was like, whoa, that is so cool. um, yeah, so that's basically it. And also, on the internet, that documentary and the YouTubers and all that. I would look up like how to be goth tutorials on YouTube a lot, and I would try and like do the makeup with my mom's makeup when she was gone and the babysitter was in, and the babysitter was like, "What are you doing?" What gothic subgenre would you put yourself in? So, I don't know. I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with the whole like the labels, the categories. I feel like it's just really easy to just restrict yourself and put yourself in a box that way. And I don't feel like that's really healthy for anybody. I know I'm right now having an identity crisis because I'm like, wait, I want to wear pink, but that's not goth. And it's like, nobody around me cares. Like, nobody, I shouldn't care. And that doesn't make somebody less or more goth. Um, if I had to answer the question, I would probably say vampire. I look pretty like trad today, nearing on death rock. That's the music I like. I like a lot of like death rock music and gothic rock and post punk, but yeah, it's just I don't know. Vampire goth I only say because I do love dresses and fishnets, and um, I like looking very feminine and girly. I don't really look it today. And besides the giant fake eyelashes, but what do you believe to be the basis of the Gothic subculture? Um, Definitely music. I definitely feel like it's music based. I am, however, a little bit skeptical, and do not come at me for this. Like, I definitely know that goth is based on music. Like, that's just where it came from. Um, a lot of people say that it's political, and I just want to express my confusion, because all this time, all through like 2011 through what, like 2020 is when I finally was like, yeah, I'm goth now, guys. Okay, I'll just call myself that. I'll fess up to it. But people were in all that research and all that time. I've never heard. I don't know if my resources were bad, but I would always hear about the music, and that's the only requirement you need to have to be a part of the subculture. But it's like all of a sudden, like during the BLM riots and all that, which I am pro Black Lives Matter, because I don't think that anyone deserves to be treated unfairly and like that stuff. But it's like all of a sudden everybody started saying it's political, music and politics. But when they say that, they mean liberal, like modern liberal. And if we are using the logic that goth is political, I mean, I'm sure, it comes from punk, and punk is very political. But the difference is, punk is not, or was not, a liberal movement. It was an anarchist movement. It was an anti both sides. I mean, you had people wearing like swastikas just to make people mad. That was like the whole thing, is a shock thing. Because nothing matters, and down with authority and the government. We don't need that. Da, da, da. So if goth is political, I would think that would be the type of political goth is. But also, if you ask me, pretty much every alt subculture is not doing great right now. I mean, I know they're having like resurgences, but I don't. I'm not too happy with them right now. What do I dislike about being goth? The objectification and the fetishization. Oh my gosh. I almost wish that I were, this age 20 years ago, so I could get, stuff thrown at me across the street, because I feel like I would have rather that happen than be constantly told, oh, sexy goth girl, I need a goth girlfriend, goth mommy. I'm not I'm not down with that. And it's too many times where, they don't see you as a person. And I know it just comes from being a woman anyway. I realize that. But it seems like if you're any sort of out of the norm, like whether you're goth or punk or e-girl, or uh, even if you're like a black woman, or an Asian woman, oh my gosh, I hear horror stories. But like the fetishization is real. These people just see you as like objects for their kink, and it's not okay. We're people. And too many times I've had a crush on somebody that I met off like Tinder or Bumble, and which you guys don't do dating apps. It's not worth it. You'll never find what you're looking for, at least not long term. Um, Too many times I have a crush on these people, and I meet them, and we get along really, really well. And then, I'm like getting ready in the morning or whatever. We're driving in my car, and I put on my playlist. A lot of goth music is in my playlist, naturally. And they're like, ooh, turn that off. I don't like it. Or we have a conversation about the goth subculture, and he always says, oh, goth subculture, it's just not my thing. I'm just not interested. The music's not my. What am I doing here? Get out. But also, I don't like how it's very elitist sometimes. That's why I'm kind of like distanced from the goth subculture a little bit. It's very elitist and gothier than thou. It's really bad. And I don't really get it, because it doesn't work like that, I don't think. But what do your parents think of it? What do my parents think? um, so my dad doesn't like it, but he also knows there's like nothing, nothing he can say or do to change my mind. So he just kind of, I came home with my philtrum pierced, and he was like, yeah. My mom, it's kind of weird with my mom because it's like she wants to pick and choose which days she's supportive versus not. I don't get it. But she's very, I love my mom so much. I do. She's a wonderful woman, a great mom. But holy cow, it seems like what other people think about what I look like matters more than, everything else. And, I mean, I understand that, to a certain point. It's pretty important, especially if you're at work or something. But I mean, I don't think I would get her fired. This has never happened. This is an example. I don't think that would get her fired. Like me looking this way, I don't think I would get her fired. It's not like a testament on her work ethic or anything. But um, she was pretty supportive for the most part in high school. When I was in high school and I was doing this, I wasn't doing this to the same extent. Like I didn't have my side cut. I didn't have my hair dyed. I didn't, do the big slave collars or anything. But I would do like the white makeup, the big, eyes and black lipstick, the basic stuff, I guess, and just, black shirt, maybe like dark jeans, things like that. And she would like kind of, if somebody was looking at me funny or like staring at me, and of course, this happens so often to me that I don't realize it anymore when people stare at me or, whatever. But she would get really defensive. And it seemed like maybe because she thought it was like, I'm not saying it's not a phase, but I've just been this way for a long time now. And I just, maybe she is disappointed that it's not going away anytime soon or what. But, it disappoints me in return, obviously. I mean, they're great parents. I love them, but what can you do? Eyebrows or no eyebrows? Both, because I have my natural eyebrows like right here right now. Usually I have them farther, like to here. But I just got a little happy with the razor today, and it's fine because my eyebrows grow back so quick. Thank you, Greek genes. But yes, so both. I mean, I look good with both. I personally think I look better without eyebrows. I think I look really cute with like micro eyebrows, like when I don't do them, and I also think I look really good like with really pointy eyebrows. Like, yeah, that's just me. What is my favorite band? I really, really, really like Nocturnal Sea, but they're not really like super mainstream. I'm not trying to say that I'm cool or different or quirky or not like the other girls. It's just, I found them on Bandcamp one day because I was looking for new goth music. Holy cow. You guys, the songs Asphodel and Hallowed. Those are my favorite songs by them. Oh my gosh. I also really like Rosetta Stone. All their songs sound the same to me, but I like them still. Bauhaus, of course. The Cure is all time, The Cure was my favorite for years and years and years. And if somebody doesn't know like a whole lot about like underground goth music, I'll just tell them that The Cure is my favorite band because duh. I like Voodoo Church a lot. Skeletal Family. Incubus, Succubus, I really like a lot of bands. Also, like for non-goth stuff, I guess like My Chemical Romance. I just got a text. I like a lot of different bands. My opinion on Marilyn Manson. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. It's not just his music. I don't see, I like some songs of his, but it's like the only songs that I like are Coma White and his cover of Personal Jesus, which sounds a lot like the original Depeche Mode version. So, and I love the original Depeche Mode version. It's just, I feel like that wasn't like too impressive of him. But yeah, Coma White's my favorite song by his, but I don't listen to, like, he's not on my playlist. I don't want to, I'm not usually like this, but I really don't want to give that man any money. So, uh, I just think he's a disgusting person, thinks he's better than everybody else. I've just always gotten that vibe from him. I tried to really like him for a while, I just couldn't do it, and then all this stuff came out about the domestic violence and the horrible, horrible things that he put his exes through, and I just, nah, that was the final deal for me. No thanks. No thanks. Final question. What were my baby bat days like? Okay, so my baby bat days were pretty, uh, it depends who you ask, but I could still very possibly be a baby bat right now, because for some people, like, it's more about like how long you've been in the scene, and for some people it's more about just how old you are. And I remember I was in a goth group on Facebook when I was like 16, and I just posted like my outfit of the day, outfit or makeup of the day or something, and I was like, oh, when I was a baby bat, da da da. And an admin was like, oh, you're still a baby bat, haha, because you're only 16 or whatever. And I remember being like kind of scratching my head, because I'm like, I've been doing this a long time. Even if I didn't always look it, I was definitely still listening to this stuff for a while. So I was like, huh, you know what? But I wasn't offended or anything. I was just like, oh, I just didn't know that, I guess. But yeah, so I guess to answer that is I would do like really big graphic liner, which is beautiful on some people, but on me, not so much, because my eyelids are very horrendously uneven. So it didn't really look great. I would do like black lines, like harsh black lines out here, and then point the inner corners. And then I would fill it in my eyelids like with shimmery white eyeshadow. And it was cute, it was cute, but it didn't look that great because the shapes were very uneven, because my eyes are very uneven. I don't really know. I don't think I have a whole lot of pictures, because there's only like a little bit of time in between like my emo scene days, and my like goth baby bat like starting, because I've always been kind of good with makeup. I'm obviously not the best. I am not, Robert Welsh or Lisa Eldridge or whatever. I just do me. I do what I want, and I think it looks pretty good on my face. And I've just always kind of just worked with my own anatomy and just done whatever looked flattering. But yeah, so I don't really know if there's a huge difference like in the pictures, but yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening to me talk. This was a lot of fun, so just let me know if you guys want to see more. And